guys, it's Betsy, and since my last service dog video did so well and a lot of you guys were asking questions about it, I figured I would try to make another one to, help you guys out more. This video is full of tips on training your service dog, so just like things that I did that made it easier for me and things that might help you guys if you're struggling a little bit. Again, if you guys have any questions at all, comment them down below. I'd be happy to do my best to answer them. Let's get started. Tip number one is fanny packs, okay? They are your friend. They're not ugly anymore. They're cute. They're in fashion anyways, and they're so important. Find one that you think is cute and could go with like most of your outfits. Maybe you have two, maybe like a fancy one and a more chill one. It's so nice because then when I go out, that fanny pack has everything that I need. It's already like packed with stuff and it just makes everything so easily accessible. It's not like a purse that's dangling off of you when you have one hand on your dog and maybe you're like pushing a shopping cart or something. You're basically hands-free with that thing, and it can have treats, poop bags, anything you need to like maybe clean up after your dog. You're not supposed to be doing public access with your dog if it's not potty trained, but even potty trained dogs have accidents. It happens. Maybe you missed their signal that they have to go out and now you have a mess to clean up. So sanitizer and a plastic bag with paper towels in it is very handy, because then once you clean it up, you can put everything back inside of that plastic bag and zip it up, and you're not worrying about it. Like, it's not gonna spill anywhere, and you can like easily take it somewhere to dispose of it without making like a huge deal inside of a store. I also carry ADA cards in my fanny pack that basically explain the law and like how we are granted access, like what service dogs are, basically anything that you need in the ADA law, like it's there. I got mine off of Amazon. But I know that you can also get them off of Etsy, and you can get personalized ones too. You can also make your own. It wouldn't be that hard to make your own. Just make them like a little business card thing and just keep them with you. It is really helpful. I haven't needed to use them too much because I live in Orlando, which is a pretty good size city that knows about service dogs, but other places might not be so open and accepting. Tip number two, which is probably pretty obvious, but learn how your dog works. Learn what they're motivated by. So are they love motivated, food motivated, toy motivated, or play motivated? And that will help when training so that you can reward your dog in the best way. Like, maybe I don't like chocolate and somebody's trying to bribe me to do something with chocolate. I'm not gonna want to do it if that's not what I want. Maybe I want Skittles instead, so I'll be more likely to do something if somebody's gonna give me Skittles afterwards, you know? It's also really important to make sure that you have the right treats with you. If your dog doesn't like the treats, they're not gonna want to do it. So you don't want to be in a situation where you're training in public and your dog is just not listening to you because you don't have the right, I guess, like bargaining chip with them. So my dog is definitely food motivated. She loves a good treat. And I keep a mix of high value and low value treats with me because high value treats typically have a higher calorie count and you don't want to get your dog overweight because then it's going to be hard for them to do their job. And then she's also toy and like play motivated, so when we're training at home I use toys, like literally carrying a tennis ball around, like squeaking a toy will get her to focus on me. I also keep like good smelling chew sticks with me, usually in my pocket on the side that she's on, which is my left side, because then like she's smelling that and she's staying right by me. She really wants that, but you don't necessarily have to give it to them. It's just, again, to get their attention because their noses are very strong. I actually have one in my pocket. Yep, I usually have them with me like all the time, and she was literally smelling my pocket earlier, which reminded me this was in here. Slow is good when it comes to service dogs. Don't start out doing public access right away. Start slow with just like basic obedience and regular training, and let your puppy be a puppy along with the work that they have to do. The faster you go with your dog, the more likely your dog is to burn out and it's gonna wash, which you really don't want. My dog hasn't, and I have definitely made some mistakes, so I definitely think that it depends on the dog that you have and how you take care of your dog, you know, like the trust that you've built up. Also, short training sessions are always better than long ones. Start with 5 to 10, maybe 20-minute training sessions, and you can do a few a day, but don't go any longer than that when they're a young puppy because you don't want to stress your dog out. You don't want to make it so that working isn't fun. You definitely want to make sure that they're enjoying what they're doing. Along with that, we want to keep training fun. Along with basic obedience and leash skills, teach fun tricks to your dog. Like, my dog loves learning tricks. She has so many different ones that she can do. I'll try to like insert a little clip of her doing them here. Some of her favorites are spins, jumping, sit pretty, crawling, figure eights, all that stuff. This will keep your dog invested and looking forward to training instead of it just being work all the time. Like when you went to school in elementary school, everybody loved school when they were in like kindergarten to 5th grade because your day would have school learning, but then you'd also have like recess and fun playtime and like you'd play games. Whereas in high school, you're only doing work and you're really not doing that much anymore. Elementary school kids love going to school. High school kids complain about going to school. So just think about it like that. Like you want to have a nice mix and keep it fun so that your dog keeps looking forward to training. This is definitely one of the best tips that I've learned, which is to be the most fun thing around. You need to be the most fun thing to your dog so that they want to focus on you and not anything else. Even if you look like an idiot in a DSW, you want to be the thing that your dog is paying attention to instead of a fake service dog or a kid that's rolling a ball down an aisle or literally anything. Like, you need to be the most fun thing, which is sometimes really hard, especially since having a service dog, you have a disability. It's hard to get up that energy, but especially at the beginning, it's really important to work on that. Learn your dog's signals and when they need to take a break. Some dogs are more willing to please than other dogs, and so they don't necessarily want to tell you when they need to go to the bathroom or when they're too tired to keep going. Learning the signs of what your dog needs, even if they're not telling you, is very important, or else you might have an accident. My last tip is to really prepare for anything with your dog, and by that I mean train for anything. My dog loves tennis balls and squeaky toys. They are her all-time favorite thing, and so to keep her from reacting when we're out working, since we do play with those things at home, I take extra time to train those things, kind of for her to ignore them when she's wearing her vest. So we put her vest on, we do some training, we do some fun little tricks and whatever, and then I'll have her focus on me while I'm bouncing a tennis ball, and she's not allowed to look at it. She's been doing really good, or like squeaking a toy, she can't look at it, she has to keep looking at me, or like if she hears one of those things, she looks right at me instead of looking in that direction. So like say we're walking through Target, she hears like somebody squeaking a dog toy and she'll look at me instead of looking at the thing that's distracting her, you know? So those are just really good tricks. Learn what your dog is very excited by and try to train that so that when they're excited by that thing, they're looking at you instead. It has made our life so much easier. Also, I go to Disney a lot because we live in Orlando, so one thing that's been really hard for us to train, for other dogs it seems to be really easy, which when you just look at someone and their dog, you can't assume that their road there was easy. Some people get lucky with the type of dog they have, and others have a little bit more work that they have to put in, and usually it's a give and take for everybody. And obviously on social media, everybody wants to put their best foot forward. Nobody wants to post the mistakes that their service dog makes because of the stigma around fake service dogs. But our big problem is the characters. Especially right now, the characters are just walking around because there are no meet and greets. So you never know when they're gonna pop up, and my dog does want to bark at them. She will bark once and that's pretty much it, but even barking once in a public space is not what you want. So what we've been doing, especially this time of year, this is a perfect time to do it, is we've been going to the Halloween section of Lowe's, Home Depot, any Halloween section in any store pretty much, and trying to like desensitize to those things. We're also gonna go to Spirit Halloween and be around some more like spooky, scary things, maybe things that like move unexpectedly, and like costumes. I've heard that Spirit Halloween is really good at letting people train their service dogs in there. I also appreciate Lowe's because Lowe's is pet friendly, so I feel like if my service dog makes a mistake there, I'm not as concerned because they're used to unruly pets. If you are nervous about the way that your dog is going to react around Halloween decorations, I suggest going to Lowe's first. Because they're pet friendly, it's a little less intimidating if your dog makes a mistake. We did it at Lowe's the other day and I was so proud of her. She did a really good job. They didn't have too much set up, but oh, I was really proud. So anyways, those are my tips. I hope that this video was helpful. Some of these things you might already know. I'll try to make some more like service dog tip videos if you guys are interested. If you have any things that you want advice on, let me know in the comments. I hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you want. And thanks for watching. Bye!